Is it true that HYBE is unable to protect the privacy of BTS members? Leaked CCTV at fandom headquarters. Jimin and Jungkook caught on camera as their private moments spread. Who is the mastermind behind this most controversial leak? HYBE Missed. Jungkook and Jimin furious over privacy leak. CCTV scandals, exploding emotions, and questions rocked the army. Who betrayed them? Is this just negligence or willful betrayal? Have Jimin and Jungkook been watched without their knowledge for so long in what should have been a home and refuge? And the biggest question, why is HYBE silent? A video that lasts no more than 30 seconds is now a time bomb that explodes the emotions of the army from all over the world. The private, very private, moment between Jimin and Jungkook was captured from a hidden corner inside HYBE's headquarters. In the video, the two are seen talking in a closed waiting room. No other staff, no crew, just the two of them. But somehow, the footage leaked to the public and went viral in a matter of minutes. Did I ask this just a system error? Or is there a party inside that deliberately disseminates the video for a specific purpose? And even more terrible, is this the first time the camera has recorded them secretly, or just one of the many moments that someone has been keeping inside the HYBE all this time? Jimin is known to be very sensitive to privacy violations. He said this in an interview last year. There is a boundary between fans and privacy. But when people around start blurring that line, it's the scariest. That statement is now coming back to haunt the public, as if it were a harbinger of the beginning of an inevitable explosion. Jungkook did not remain silent. An inside source mentioned that he was seen leaving HYBE's boardroom with an unusual expression, cold, almost frozen. Even Jungkook's personal manager was said to be unable to calm his anger. He didn't say a word on the way home. His hands clenched, said a witness who chose not to be named. I asked this the end of Jungkook and Jimin's trust in the agency that raised them? Or is this the beginning of an internal war that has been tightly hidden behind a sweet smile and perfectly controlled content? What made the public even more turbulent was the unexpected statement of a former HYBE staffer who suddenly appeared on the South Korean online community forum. In his post, he wrote, "You don't know anything. The camera is not just one. And sometimes they know but pretend they don't." The sentence became an ember that exploded into endless tantrums, accusations, and conspiracy theories. Jimin himself had uploaded a short message on his personal platform, only one word: trust. But that one word was enough to make thousands of soldiers weep, wondering, has that trust been destroyed by those who are supposed to be guarding it? The world is now asking, who is behind this video leak? Why hasn't HYBE made an official statement yet when the impact has already touched their global reputation? And most heartbreaking of all, how did Jimin and Jungkook feel when they found out that the moment they thought was just the two of them wasn't just recorded, it was shown to the world? Some media analysts called this incident could be the biggest blow to HYBE in their history. Meanwhile, the hashtag #ProtectJiminJungkook continued to top the world's trending topics for 72 hours without stopping. Armies around the world began to hold online actions urging an open and transparent internal investigation. Then, no less surprising speculation arose. The video was deliberately leaked by those who were dissatisfied with the system within the agency as a form of warning or retaliation. Some have linked it to a long-standing military scheduling controversy and the pressures of an unreleased album project. The questions that hang in the air are now increasingly suffocating the chest. Who is secretly spying on these two BTS members in their own work environment? Did HYBE know but chose silence for the sake of image? Or could it be that HYBE just doesn't have control over her internal systems anymore? Every second of that video has now been forensically analyzed by fans. From the angle of the chair, to the expression, to the direction of the camera, everything is dissected to find out who the real culprit is. But one thing cannot be denied: Jimin's surprised expression when he realized that the camera in the corner of the room was real. He stopped talking, turned his head, and was silent for a moment. Before Jungkook turned in the same direction, it wasn't the expression of an idol who knew it was being recorded. It was an expression of betrayal. Now thousands of eyes stare at the same place, HYBE headquarters. But the silence given by the agency actually made everything even more fiery. They refused an interview. They deleted the comments. They postponed an already scheduled press conference. And when the public asks, what's really going on? One by one, internal staff began to withdraw from their social media accounts. Shut up, quiet. IT was as if something bigger was happening behind the luxurious glass walls of HYBE's office, which had been considered the palace of protection for idols. Will this be a reason for Jimin and Jungkook to reevaluate their position in the HYBE system? Will there be an open apology? Or rather, will there be a farewell we never expected to come so soon? One thing is for sure, these wounds cannot be removed with ordinary clarification. Because what is leaked is not just a video. What was leaked was trust. And when that trust is shattered by insiders, even the word sorry sounds pointless. According to an inside source who declined to be named, the night after the video went viral, HYBE's entire management floor emptied faster than usual. Security was ordered to replace digital security systems and cameras. There were even reports that some rooms were locked for no apparent reason. This situation is reminiscent of crisis times, not regular management. One person said, "It's not just that they're panicking, they're scared. And it's obvious." Scared? But who should be afraid? Jimin and Jungkook did not appear in public for 2 days after the incident. No live, no uploads, no office presence. Whereas before, both were known as members who often spent time in the studio, even when there was no official schedule. But after the video disappeared, only a digital trail was left behind in the form of speculation and one mysterious word from Jimin: trust. Is that a code? A message? Or a form of silent protest that only those who understand the wound understand? What happened next was unexpected. On the third day after the presidential election, one of the senior assistants who worked closely with BTS division management resigned suddenly. He not only quit his job, but also deactivated all his social media accounts. In a last message posted before the account was lost, he simply wrote, "Sorry, I've been silent for too long." And this is where it all starts to lead to something darker than just a video leak. HYBE had apparently received a warning 3 weeks earlier from their internal security system that there was suspicious login activity to the office's CCTV server. But that warning, according to preliminary investigative reports conducted by Korean netizens, was never followed up. Why? Because the system is in the process of being upgraded and moved to a new cloud. In other words, they know the system is vulnerable, but do not take steps to protect the content in it. This is not just carelessness. It's a waiver. And in the context of an agency that deals with global artists like BTS, such neglect is a great sin. Now comes the big speculation. Is it true that only one video leaked? Or is it just that there is an archive of other personal moments recorded and stored for years? And if so, who keeps it? For what? And who has access? A former network technician who had worked with HYBE appeared on an anonymous YouTube channel and leaked shocking information. He says, HYBE has a system that can record sound and images from almost any workspace. But they claim it's for security. The problem, some rooms are not public areas. They know it's breaking boundaries. Then he added the most stifling sentence. Some of the footage I saw should never have been recorded. Imagine how Jungkook and Jimin felt reading or hearing this. The workspace that should be where they express themselves freely, laugh, discuss, or simply rest, turns out to be not a safe place. As this news continued to spread, the army's reaction heated up. Not just demanding clarification, but urging HYBE to reveal who had primary access to the recordings. And more than that, who leaked it. Some staff names began to be mentioned in online communities. Some are even accused without strong evidence. But there is one surprising pattern. Almost everyone involved in CCTV surveillance projects over the past 2 years is no longer working at HYBE. Get out quietly, without an official announcement. Without a farewell speech. Are they being pushed aside because they know too much? Or were they, meanwhile, on the other hand, rumors about Jungkook almost crying while discussing the incident to one of the other BTS members began circulating? In a closed-door session between Jin and Jungkook, which was reportedly facilitated by an internal mediator, Jungkook said only one sentence while turning his face away. "I thought this place was home. But it turns out I'm just a guest." That sentence, if properly spoken, could be the deepest blow to all those who believe that HYBE protects BTS like a family. And what about Jimin? He is known as a member who holds everything in his heart. But this time it's different. One of the sources claimed that Jimin had asked to meet HYBE's CEO in person and locked the room for more than 2 hours. No one knows W. And the storm really did come, not just as a mere wind of gossip, but as a blow of reality that shook the foundations of a company that had been revered as the home of legends. When the public screen is filled with speculation, emotion, and anger, there is one thing that can no longer be avoided: the reaction of the other BTS members. ARMY already knows. If there's one thing BTS family never plays around with, it's protecting each other. Kim Namjoon, the famously rational leader, finally gave the first hint in a personal audio live with the staff. He didn't name anyone, didn't explain anything clearly. But this sentence shook the whole fandom. If you lose your sense of security in a place you trust, it is no longer a home, but a trap. Netizens and the ARMY quickly concluded that this was not just a random statement. The sentence came just after the CCTV incident broke to the surface. Is RM subtly satirizing HYBE's management? Or is this a form of support for Jimin and Jungkook? Meanwhile, Taeil shows a very surprising reaction. In a second story post, which was quickly deleted, Taeil uploaded an illustration of a little boy staring at the camera crying, behind which was a cryptic caption: "You saw me, but did you protect me? You see me, but are you protecting me?" The ARMY immediately linked this upload to CCTV footage of Jimin and Jungkook spreading without permission. Some fans even called the picture an emotional blow to HYBE, as Taeil, who has always seemed calm and loyal, eventually chose to speak up, albeit in a silent way. Suga is more mysterious. He hasn't uploaded anything. But one Korean media reported that he abruptly cancelled an internal meeting with producer HYBE. No explanation. No reason. Some people inside mentioned that Suga was angry. And when a Min Yoongi gets angry, it's not out of impulsiveness, it's out of principle. Meanwhile, Jin, who had just returned from military duty, was reported to have contacted Jimin personally. In the leaked audio recording, which has never been confirmed as authentic, a Jin-like voice is heard saying, "I'll speak directly to them. No one touches my sister without permission." The sentence immediately exploded in the ARMY community. Jin, as the eldest brother, is known as the silent protector of the members. If it was true that he would intervene directly, then HYBE really had to prepare for the greatest internal pressure in their entire history. But the most astonishing news came from a leak of HYBE's internal letter that accidentally appeared on one of their digital collaboration platforms, which was quickly deleted, but was first screenshot by netizens. The letter contains an emergency order to manage the public narrative regarding the video leak incident, as well as prepare a special compensation package if both artists, Jungkook and Jimin, file a formal complaint. Words such as media silencing, redirecting issues through other artists' content, and long-term damage control management are explicitly mentioned. This is what it means. HYBE knows, and what is even more terrible, they're already preparing. Do they know who did it? Is he still working on the inside? Or is this the work of a handful of elites in management itself? The public reaction began to shift from anger to organized collective suspicion. Armies across the country conducted their own investigations, from matching old staff names, scheduling security systems, to unpacking cached versions of HYBE's internal pages that were briefly published. One Twitter account with thousands of followers compiled a chronology of details from the last 2 years about small leaks that have been considered unimportant, ranging from filming location information, unreleased songs, to live broadcast time conflicts. And everything somehow connected. Public suspicion began to be directed at HYBE's internal security division, which is known to have changed heads 3 times in the past 2 years. Why? Could it be that the heads of security resigned because they found something they couldn't compromise, or rather, because they know too much? An anonymous whistleblower claiming to be a former developer of the HYBE digital security system even said, "Not all cameras are for security. Some are installed for content monitoring, but the system was abused." He closed his statement with a terrible sentence: "This is not a leak. This is sabotage. And now, Jimin and Jungkook began to take steps that had never been done before. Exclusive reports mention that his second personal legal team, not that of HYBE, is gathering evidence for an internal lawsuit. This means they are preparing to fight against their own agency. Sources say the decision was not made overnight. But after long discussions with family and confidants, they decided not to be silent anymore. An email also mentioned that Jimin and Jungkook are considering issuing a joint statement to the public, a very rare thing for artists to do under